At last, there was a prospect of a united, prosperous country run by the Somalis themselves. A Somali's first loyalty is to his sub-clan, then his clan, the basis of Somali culture, and these allegiances run deep. Minor disputes, once settled with clubs and spears, would assume horrific proportions with the introduction of modern automatic weapons.
Let's go back to the Civil War and dissect the problems. The leader of the Somali Salvation Democratic Front was Abdullahi Yusuf Ahmed, who was supported by the Derg government of Ethiopia at that time.
waxaan tagnay 12 July 78 gurigaana la dejiyay qoladii awal naga sii horeysay baa meel naga kula dejiyay waxaan weli jabhad inaan dhisano aan weydiisanayno iyaguna nasiyaan baysaskii iyo wixii iyo ciidankii Soomaaliyeed intaanu ka keensano Soomaaliya gudaheed aanu jabhad inta ka dhigno markaa ku dagaalgalno oo wax ku afrino Ethiopia mingista jooga oo isna kacaan sheeganayo waliba hanti wadaag sheeganayo xaqi kalena Maxamed Siyaad Barriye kacaankiisa baa jooga wuxuu waa military mingista noo yahay waa u tagnay wuxuu nayay sida waxrta waa u sheegnay waxaan rabnaa baysas inaan naga siisaan xuduudda Ethiopia iyo Soomaaliya u dhaxaysa oo dhinaciina ah si aan marka hore ciidan iyo magciisi iyo waxay isu abaabulno.
The Somali Salvation Democratic Front controlled area in the northeast, identified as Puntland, announced its intentions to self-govern.
Momentarily appeared tranquil until Ethiopia's sudden revenge attacks were launched.
The leader of the Somali national movement was Ahmed Mohamed Silanio in 1984, who was supported by the Derg government of Ethiopia at that time.
The Somali national movement, based on the Isaac clan, waged a guerrilla war in the north.
The SNM policy militarily seemed to me to be very misguided. They rushed straight into Hargeisa, occupied a part of the town and tried to hold it. The government troops there then simply shelled that part of the town and used their MiG and Hunter aircraft to bomb it. And I've been there since, and it is a most horrific sight. I mean, they've just destroyed that part of the town. Obviously, the government forces bear the main responsibility. They actually did the shelling and the bombing, but it was a very bad military move for the SNM to try and hold part of the town and conquer the rest of it. I mean, it would have been much more sensible to try and cut it off and to bring it down by siege rather than just seize the town by force. And of course, they were eventually forced to withdraw from Hargeisa.
Atrocities were committed by both sides. These 90 bodies in this mass grave were murdered police and government officials. Both sides deny responsibility.
Personally, أنا أشيء. رجعوا شيء نسيلا يوكشلا. هذا هو شوكا. وهنكونري. وهذير لبي. وهنكونري سأين هدي بقول إنه وقت وصل قبل إنه هلجن كان. في تانك الدولة الرئيس أنا سويت تيجينه. أنا إسكت درجة بهذا وحي كلام معارض ويمادنا هي لم يدوبين. إلا مركا وحي وخب حيان قبيلة يقول يا مجلس وخب حيان وحجاب يا دجال في والشعب هنا وسيء أيدي. نك هذا الكاير أنا يقول لكن أولهم كسرت الشمال وهانوا معهين لبا جروب أو ليدرشيب كي لبا الشباب أو ميس وريكسن إسرائيل فنيا سلايا يجوا وحيويري أما نويري هذا أرين لحدا كي خلنا طيب إلا أنا مستحنون إذا لم يدوم وفهم أنا أقول وجهه وايو كوبي لحدا كي انغراب كحسن كاي سراكيشي كونفوريات كايدو شوكتي وقوي بنقول goosashadaas xasankay siyaasiyiinba ka dambeysay siyaasiyiintu waxay rabeen markii ay inamadu qabsadaan gobollada waqooyiga inta dhowrka iyaga nin ee reer koonfureedka ah naqbaqabtaan goosasho inay ku dhawaaqaan bay inay tii un daba socdaan waan garteen.
The leader of United Somali Congress was Mohammed Farah, aided, along with other armed opposition groups. They drove out President Mohammed Siad Barre's regime from Somalia's capital Mogadishu during the Somali civil war that broke out in the early 1991.
In hot pursuit, Aidid's forces indulged in an orgy of murder, rape and looting. 500 were bayoneted to death against this pillar. These men were tortured to extort their savings.
His name is again?
His name is Haji Muhammad.
In Aidid's absence, a conference in Djibouti appointed Ali Mahdi interim president. The millionaire hotelier was only recognized as president by his own Abgal sub-clan, centered on Mogadishu. Aidid's attempt to remove Mahdi led to intense fighting in mid-November 1991. The center of Mogadishu was destroyed in a few days.
The Somali patriotic movement begun by a group of affected mainly Ogaden or Absame clans, with an area of operations centered on Kismayo and the Kenyan border, Mid and Lower Juba. They were early allies of the UNC in operations against Siad Barre. A key accomplishment was the seizure of Bale Dogle Air Base in the days prior to Barre's flight from Mogadishu. However, after Barre's flight, when Ali Mahdi's Manifesto group announced the formation of an interim government without consulting SPM leadership, a crisis ensued. After fighting broke out between the Manifesto group supporters in the SPM was accused of suddenly reversing direction and allied itself with Barre, who was seeking to re-establish his regime. But in 1998, the SPM, Hati, Absame, under General Morgan, based out of Kismayo, founded the autonomous state of Jubaland. They were strenuously opposed by the allied Somali forces, which later became the Juba Valley Alliance. The SPM and ASF, JVA contended over the control of South Somalia until the JVA proved victorious, driving General Morgan into exile. Every clan, or subclan, have created their own regions, or states. What will be the solution to unite them? Not to kill each other over resources but to become one nation under one flag.